energy hot? Did you put butter in this?
No, just the bread. Oh, there's our friends. Hello, friends.
Are they our friends?
June Simp Army, of course they're our friends.
Okay.
They're the reason we're rich, June.
Say so.
Rich in YouTube money. $6 million on ads so far on this channel. Feel pretty good, right?
Take away a few zeros. And then put like a 1 instead of a 6.
This math is too hard.
Welcome everyone to Sunday. I keep thinking it's Saturday. This weekend is all kinds of messed up. Wow. Hi. I know that everyone who's showing up now was not turned off enough by yesterday's discussion, which seems to have engendered quite a robust comment section on yesterday's live. So very interesting to read everyone's thoughts.
Is engendered okay to say now?
I don't know, is engendered okay to say now? Tell me guys.
Shouldn't be.
I feel like living in today's identity political landscape is like trying to step around landmines all the time, and I'm trying to be aware, but I just feel like with the new kinds of thoughts and rights and wrongs coming out every day, it is impossible to keep up. So I do hope that you forgive me if I make a mistake.
I think the word is in non-binary.
Oh my god, stop. Hi Fred. Fred is here, so Fred doesn't hate me. Fred actually really loved me today. I was basically... Hi Nicole, I love I Don't Care Land. I was actually in bed for a great portion of the day today, and I finally went out to do some shopping so that I can start testing stuff that I need to do for next week, even though I'm not supposed to work today or tomorrow. You know, it's just a kind of anxiety-ridden.
Isn't today Sunday?
Today is Sunday, tomorrow is Monday, Monday is Memorial Day, it's a national holiday, but you know what, it's just like sometimes...
So, Hearst CEOs, if you're watching now, June has been working, okay? She's been doing her job today.
LOL.
Unnecessarily.
Nah, whatever. But I had a good first half of the day where I had watched a lot of shows and movies on my computer, and then Fred was kind of cuddling with me all day, and it was very pleasant. And
except he kept us awake for many hours last night.
Listen, Aaron, he's kept us awake for so many days. It's just that today you happen to not fall back asleep. I've been awake for all of those days that Fred has been awake. Now he's just hiding in the doorway because he knows we're talking about him. But yeah, I mean, regarding everything that was discussed on yesterday's live, everything that I said, obviously I'm a faulty human. I can't get everything right, and yes, I can probably exhibit toxic behaviors every single day, with or without realizing it, and I hope I'm not shirking responsibility of changing, although I am a person who is very stubborn and not apt at changing, but I'm trying, and I feel
Really?
like...
Are you actually trying to change?
Am I?
In what sense? Tell me where you're trying to change.
So my therapist told me to set up a Friday 6 p.m. meeting with Aaron every week so that we could have a set time to bring up either grievances or discussions or
the airing of grievances. So
observances so that I'm
passive
not
festive
ambushing him with criticism all throughout the week as they come up. And this past week, I mean, I don't know if Aaron's putting thought into this because he's not a person to raise complaints and put up with much, but thought into verbalizing his discontents with me. He kind of just takes it and absorbs it, and I think that's the way that he likes to live his life. But this week I asked him, and he said I was nicer to him than usual, so I don't know if that's just like an off week where I was less of a bitch, but...
You were very nice to me this week. I don't know what's going on, and it's a little suspicious.
I don't know either. I never really know what's going on with myself, but that's the fun of these lives, right? I don't think I'm ever the same person, and that should be okay. But let me pull up your chats. And I'm listening to some music today on my headphones. That's why I have them on. So that I have a little bit more of a buffer from self-consciousness. Is it Dell's birthday? Happy birthday, Dell! Woo! Sorry, that sounded very aggressive. I am very happy for you. And yes, like, it's not always happy topics that we're discussing here because I'm, first of all, I'm not a happy person to begin with, and second of all, I'm not afraid to talk about all the nasty stuff that goes on in life. And that includes myself. I hope I'm not coming across as too righteous, but I think we all have to acknowledge that this is my life, and obviously I'm the only one speaking, and so I control most of the narrative. But you're welcome to call me out on my bullshit. That's what we're here for. And I'll read your comments, and they'll probably get to me, even when I don't realize that they do. So, just being human as much as I can. Or maybe I'm a lizard person and you just don't know yet. Happy birthday, Rebecca's son. Labiba, yesterday we were talking about all the comments about how Aaron and I are in a toxic codependent relationship and whether or not either one of us is an abusive partner, and we also delved a little bit into our relationship dynamics regarding that I'm more asexual than he is, aka he's not asexual at all. By the way, Aaron, I have headphones on so I can't hear you, so if you're talking to me, I can't hear you.
I'm talking to Jason.
Okay. He's talking to his brother.
I do have a question for you.
What's your question?
Why is codependent bad? Shouldn't people in a relationship be dependent on each other?
Codependency is like a mental health term. It's not exactly literally like dependent on each other. It's when you can't exist without the other person and you do things purely to either satisfy or to provoke the other person.
You do?
What?
Is that what you do?
Is that what I do? I don't, probably to a certain extent. And is that what you do? Probably to a certain extent. So I bought 2 fennel seeds today because I ran out, and Patel had these 2 varieties. Unfortunately, this one I couldn't find a smaller bag of. It's 14 ounces and it was $4, but I've seen it for a while now. It's called fennel seed, and it's from, I think the town is Lucknow, and so it's Lucknowi fennel seeds, and this one is just like your, I guess, your run-of-the-mill fennel seeds, and I decided to buy both of them, and I'm just gonna chew on some of them and smell them and tell you what they taste like and smell like. I wonder if I have jars. Aaron's not here right now, so he's in his room eating his bread, playing with his brother, unfortunately. Alright, let's go with the normal fennel first. plasticky, fennel-y. They look really nice. Slightly green, vibrantly green. I'm gonna switch the camera angle. Maybe you can see better. Small space. There you go. That lighting's better.
This piece is the number one recommended video.
So, it's actually kind of savory and really mild when it's not toasted. I like it. And then as you chew, it turns a lot more anisey and licoricey. So, yeah, not recommended eating it plain like that. It's quite strong. Very fascinating. Which one do we think is gonna fit better? Either one? Do you think either one? I feel like the Bragg's might fit. If I can make it in here without spilling. Nope, 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 nope. Coriander seeds are one of my favorite spices to have on hand. You can do so much with them. Just try adding a little bit into your food. But I would also recommend toasting the coriander seeds and then grinding them into a powder. Ground coriander is delicious after toasting. But spices before and after toasting have slightly different flavor profiles. Obviously, it's going to be a lot smokier and toastier and nuttier after they're kind of burnt. Not burnt, but you know what I mean. Golden. Okay. Those are our fennel seeds. I've told my therapist that I do these lives. I don't know if I've ever told her the contents because I don't really know the contents of these lives until they happen. Because a lot of these lives, even though I can set a topic, go everywhere depending on what people ask me. Oh wow, okay. This one is a lot less green smelling, like a lot less fresh grassy smelling. And a lot more like mystique. I don't know how to describe it very well, guys, unfortunately, but I like this. It smells a little bit more straw-like, a lot more aged in a way, but not like musty at all. It's just a little bit almost like the smell that you whiff out of an open jar of molasses. Okay. You still get that licoricey vibe, but the first taste, when it hits your tongue, is like salty pungency. Very interesting. Not what I was expecting. I like it. deciding to join us again, buddy? Oh, dang, that's not gonna fit, huh? Well, shit. Let's see if we can make it fit. Oh yeah, we can do this. Fennel is definitely licoricey, Linda. Cool. Amazing. All right, taste test for Fennel is over. We're moving on to the second portion of our evening, which will be red pepper, roasted red pepper tasting. What I found was that there's like roasted peppers, and then there's fancy pimientos. And I don't know what the difference is between these two, so I figured I'd taste test them. And I need roasted red peppers for a recipe that I'm developing. So I also got raw red bell peppers, and I figured I'd try 3 different ways of roasting it on the stove top. I'm going to roast one directly on the fire, I'm going to try another one on the cast iron, and I'm going to try a third one wrapped in foil, just for the heck of it. Who knows, maybe I'll set my kitchen on fire, and maybe one of you will tell me that that's all a horrible idea, but it'll be fun, guys, I promise. You get to watch the train wreck. I used to have a coffee grinder to grind spices, if that's what you guys are talking about, but I broke it, and so I haven't been using anything to grind my spices. I've just been mashing it in a jar with my rolling pin, which hasn't been that successful, honestly. It's a very rough grind, so. You guys are gonna probably be really grossed out by this, but this foil is a piece of foil that I saved when Erin ordered like a kebab platter, and they wrapped the naan bread in this, and I saved it. I think it's fine. I'm gonna try to flatten it out a little bit. I'm just curious what it would look like to cook something in foil, you know? So I'm just gonna wrap it up. Okay, I'm gonna turn on my back burner. I'll just put it on there. And I'll set a timer for 1 minute, and we'll just rotate it. And then I'm going to, oh man, I can hear it sizzling already. Oh, it just went away. Okay, I'll show you again later. I'm gonna turn on this one, let it heat up, and then I'm going to try to move the knife so we can move the tripod back a little bit more so you can see this burner a little bit. Okay, here we go. 3 peppers, going strong so far. Oh wow. I don't know if I'm supposed to cook aluminum actually. Maybe it's actually really bad. Because the aluminum is kind of like shriveling up and breaking. Yeah, I'm finding that the aluminum will melt, guys. You're right, you're right. I might have to take it off if I see it getting worse. Lutfita, do not copy me. I don't actually know if this is food safe at all, girl. So this is my first time doing it. I would not recommend doing as I do because the aluminum foil is starting to like really self-destruct. You can see that there's a hole there. So I really don't know if this is food safe, guys. The low heat one is happening. Doing something. Yeah, I feel like aluminum foil, it can go on the grill, but now it's just kind of like flaking and disintegrating and almost turning into embers because it's burning. So I've actually never done this over a stovetop before. I just don't know if it's safe, but. Oh, is it not safe according to the FDA? Am I gonna die?
Are you gonna kill me with whatever you're cooking?
Maybe.
Okay, that's fine.
Not safe. People are saying not safe. Alright, maybe I abort. I certainly hope I'm gonna die someday, guys. I don't want to live forever. Alright, you guys are scaring me with the cancer talk. And you're right, because aluminum foil, I've never seen it like become this kind of flaky. It's changed. It's like no longer shiny and it's turned into this like matte, brittle piece. I'm just gonna take it out. Well, that was fun while it lasted, guys. Thanks for tuning into my failed experiments. But this one's working. The direct flame is definitely the best. Like, this one is not very heat efficient at all. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to move this. And then we're just going to turn this flame on, and we're just going to do this. Move it on. Alright, guys. There you go. Direct flame is the best. Least amount of questionable foil massacre and most efficient way of blistering your peppers. Although, to be honest, this is probably really carcinogenic too. Like, look at all that black stuff that we're going to peel off eventually. The second portion of our evening will be another boring thing where I'm just going to toast some nuts. Hi, Fred. Thanks for joining, buddy. Missed you. I'm going to turn my oven to 350. You can toast nuts anywhere from 300 safely to 350. 375 you might risk burning. It just takes longer on the large heat. normally don't even wait for my oven to fully preheat. I just slide it in. Because we're just aiming for a toast. I'm gonna toast some hazelnuts. I just moved the pepper so we can flip the camera up a little so you get Fred. More Fred. Oh yeah, my mom got me these shorts. I'm pretty sure they're boxers. They're very comfy though. I think she got them for $1. So they were just like my at-home shorts. I'm not a Yankees fan. I don't do sports. I really hate this plaid, but it's comfy, so whatever. It's a gas burner. It is a gas stove. I'm also thinking I'm going to try to cook some mashed potatoes as a dumpling filling, so I have to cook those. I'm going to try to use one of my favorite momos from Fayul, which is a Tibetan restaurant in Jackson Heights. They have like a veggie momo that is mashed potatoes, and the mashed potatoes always taste so creamy on the inside. They taste like they've been cooked in chicken stock. So I think I'm going to use a little bit of Better Than Bouillon and just make my own concentrated chicken stock and cook some potatoes and carrots and scallions in there and try to make a little copycat. How do I know if the peppers are roasted enough though? I feel like they should be black all over, right? Alright, let's open up our really fucked aluminum foil one. Yeah, it's like the aluminum foil is flaking. Oh, but not bad, guys. Look, it got some color on there. Nice. It would have worked, I think, if I didn't get so scared about the aluminum foil, but I got very scared of the aluminum foil. Yeah, it's getting there. All right, Del, that sounds like a fun time. Enjoy. There's no AC, but there is a lot of wind coming through because it's been a very rainy day outside. So yeah, it is blowing. It's not a ghost. Woo! Exciting. There's some nice ember action happening there. I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleaning on the stove. How's everyone's weekend? How many of you live in New York? It's been such a rainy, long weekend. Oh, that one is a juicer. I don't have a fire extinguisher. Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm so jealous you get to live so close to that bagel pub. I really wanted to be active this weekend and like do shit with my long weekend, but it's so rainy and I've been relatively having a really good time staying home and being on my bed, but I think part of us feels guilty now whenever we just stay home because we've done nothing but stay home for a year and a half. So it's a long weekend, not only in New York, but it's a long weekend for everyone. And Memorial Day is Monday. It's a national holiday. I don't have a Discord server. I feel like that's just gonna be one more thing for me to manage and I can't handle it right now, sorry guys. The peppers smell like burning char, but not in a bad way, in a very like floral. I mean, maybe it's a good thing that everything's opening up and it's raining, because I honestly don't think everybody should be going out and living their best life, so to call, at this time. But Aaron likes to say that I'm going to be afraid of COVID my entire life, which, you know, might be the case. Who knows? Hi, Joy. Hi, SoCal. Hi, Lydia. Alright, oven is preheated. I'm going to set a 10-minute timer. Check on our nuts in that time. I didn't think about how much of a messy affair this would be. Uh-oh, I'm scared for my stove now. Latavia, we're making some stovetop charred roasted red peppers. What up, Texas? So I just want to poll everyone who's currently here, because there's over 400 of you here. How many of you are actually here for cooking content and to like learn useful things about cooking? Because I hope it's clear by now that this is not exactly what this channel is for. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of like a June's gonna talk about her bullshit and we're just gonna hang out while she does stupid stuff, making mush stuff in her kitchen. cooking things is a nice bonus. I really do like the community that we've built in the chat. It's nice that people can come and just observe, hang out, chat, whatever.
Yeah, why would you take a nice thing to be said?
Yeah, we're also here for Fred, who's not. Where are you, Fred? Aw, Fred. He's just sitting outside in the hallway, looking so sad. Why are you sad, buddy? Maybe it's too smoky in here. Let me open up a window for him. Oh yeah. This one is almost done, I think. This actually makes me feel a little bit like I'm camping again, when the embers blow up into my air and gives me cancer. The sparks are kind of scary, huh? But that's what makes life exciting. Ooh. Ooh, this is a fun song. The song I'm currently listening to is called Come Over by Van Jess. Vanjess. Love this song. Woo! All right. Now, Chloe, I've done that before too. I don't know why scallions develop mold like that, but I actually just cut a bunch of scallions yesterday, so that's a good reminder for me to use it as soon as possible, I guess. I'm glad you came for the airplane noises. I'm kind of feeling the pepper. It should be collapsing a little bit. It should be soft. The structure of it should not be like a puffy, structured pepper anymore. It should be just like softening and kind of turning leathery. It should be charred all over. But right now there's still some resistance. Like you see how it's bouncing back? We don't really want that to have such resiliency. We want it broken down, deflated. Yes, there's definitely more airplanes now. That's what I heard too about the genders on the peppers. Who knew? Wow, Linda is trying real hard there, huh? Linda, I hope you find the love of your life. Checking on my nuts because I start to smell them. Doing good. Stephen, I can't play this music on my channel. I will get DMC'd and they will pull my video. So that's why I'm giving you the title and the artist so you can turn on for yourself. I'm toasting some hazelnuts and some almonds. Bye, have fun studying. All right, it's starting to to deflate now a little bit more. You see how it's not really bouncing back? I feel like there's maybe two minutes more left on this pepper. I'm just gonna find flakes of ember everywhere later. It's probably not great for me. Ooh, La Quince peanut butter, yes. I'm not making Avar. Ajvar? Avar? How do you pronounce that? I have to test a recipe for... Ooh. Wow, I just forgot the name. It'll come to me. But I'm basically prepping a lot of ingredients today so that I can test tomorrow. There we go. Soon. Yes. Getting there. Bye, Lydia. I think I made the comment the right amount of cancer on yesterday's live as a joke, and somebody probably did not have the context for me saying that on Budget Eats once upon a time. I really thought I was being quite a jerk for doing that, but humor is hard, guys. It is not always intended to offend, but sometimes it does. And without context, it offends more than you want it to. Ivar, thank you. And I don't blame them for lacking context. Obviously, there's only so much context I can give. But I think we live in a very reactive culture right now where people we have gotten very protective, is the best way I can put it. Alright, that's gonna be a very nasty cleanup. Yikes. Oh boy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide these into the sink first. It smells really good in my kitchen right now, actually. The smokiness combined with that like fresh pepperiness is really nice. If I didn't know that all of this is probably carcinogenic, I would love it. Hazelnut after 10 minutes. Not bad. But not all the skins are flaking off yet, so I'm gonna go a little more. Almonds. Also looking pretty good. So I'm just gonna turn the oven down to 300 for 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna turn it off and let the nuts just rest in there and get the carryover heat going. It's really not good for you to eat char because that's like Maillard reaction carried to the ultimate endpoint of food. And Maillard reaction is the stuff that basically gives you carcinogenic foods. I'm sure somebody who knows science a lot better than I do can give you the lowdown on that. But yeah, we all love that char. I feel like especially Americans do. Like my parents, when they came, they could not wrap their heads around the fact that people enjoy eating barbecue, because barbecue is literally just charred shit. They were like, why? And I believe they still feel like that regarding burnt meat.
It's always fun to watch.
My current song is called Dance Around the Fire by Why These Coyotes. I don't have a playlist for these because I'm just going through my liked songs on Spotify in shuffle mode, so I can't share my liked songs, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would give you the playlist. What is a Spotify listening session? I don't even know what that is, folks. I'm so aged in terms of technology. Always clean as you go. It makes cooking so much less anxious for me. Oh, you Gen Xers.
Well, if we're done, let's go. You have any fuzzy-
Oh, Mars bars. That's interesting to know. Really? I don't know though. I still feel like if you burn stuff and it starts tasting like borderline bitter, that shit is probably not good for you, but maybe I'm wrong. I guess you gotta listen to the experts. Although experts sometimes lead us astray too, so. I think it's just like trace carcinogen, you know? Obviously, eating one roasted bell pepper won't kill you, but if you eat it like all day, every day, it might just give you a little more likelihood of developing cancer. Baruch Spinoza, I don't control the analytics for the Delish page. That's Julia's arena, so I don't actually know anything about the demographics of viewers. Hi, Denmark. It's okay, we still love boomers. You can't alienate a whole generation of people, man. It's just the seasons of politics and economy. But it would be nice if people stopped calling millennials irresponsible and reckless with their money because we spend it all on avocado toast. It's just, I mean, some of us do. Not this millennial. Let me check on my nuts. Nice, nice, nice. I like. Okay. I clean the stove with white vinegar. That's all I ever use is white vinegar. Should we try to taste the 3 different kinds of peppers? First of all, does anybody know what the difference is between pimientos and roasted red bell peppers? Are they actually just the same thing? Educate us, please. Avocado with tahini sounds amazing. Yes, that's a fantastic suggestion. Interesting. Okay, so what are the different flavors? Is pimento a little bit smokier and sweeter? Cool. Thanks, guys. Y'all are doing free labor educating me. I do appreciate you. One thing that's really delighted me about Budget Eats is how much I've learned from viewers worldwide about different cuisines, about pronunciations. It's been like a very cool community of sorts in the comments where I always take away more knowledge from reading them, and I really appreciate that. that's not dry. Cannot use you if you're not dry. Hazelnuts, we'll see. They should be going into my sauce that I'm developing.
Pimientos.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so I think I got the right kind then, but let's do a taste test, right? So we have our homemade roasted red bell peppers, made by yours truly, a noob. And then we have purchased red bell peppers roasted, and then we have pimientos, which I think, do you pronounce the I in there? Is it pimentos or pimientos? But either way, oh my gosh, I just lifted this. It smells so good. Fred is hiding in the... Fred is asleep. Here, let me show you Fred. Let me show you his hangout spot. Do you see him? Fred, the people would like to know why you're not present. Do you still love me? Oh, a sleepy boy. Mmm. Lick, 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 lick. His chair was in the kitchen. He just has 2 chairs and you chose this one. Fred, they're saying you're adorable. Do you think you're adorable? Licks. Well, Fred, I hope you know that you can join us in the kitchen and the people would love to see you. Holly, I did it for you. Do you like getting boops? Do you like getting boops? Boops. Okay, bye. So the skin should just peel off, just like that. Some people do this in running water. I probably should. It's making a mess, but I'm gonna get most of it off and then we'll rinse it underwater. Oh man, this smokiness smells so good, guys. Running water will wash off some of the... Wow, it's peeing. It's peeing. Running water will wash off some of the flavor for sure. It will also wash off some of the potential carcinogens, but, you know, trade-offs, everyone. Trade-offs. Wipe, don't rinse. Okay. It's not scorching hot. It's a little hot. It's still peeing. It's a lot of liquid. Alright guys, wipe, don't rinse. Heard chef. Yes, chef. And see, they just rip open and then the seeds will kind of just fall out. Most of NYC isn't near an airport. So we have JFK, we have LaGuardia. Both of those are in Queens. And then we have Newark, which is in New Jersey. Those are like our 3 go-to airports. So only if you're fortunate enough to live really close to that landing area, then do you get plane noises. This is gonna be really good for compost, I think. They say burnt stuff is great for compost, so saving all of that. Oh no, Nowco, that's awful. Wow, this smells so good. I'm really excited for this taste test because I want to know if it's worth it. So the red bell peppers that I bought today were like $2.69 a pound. Not really cheap at all. And then this jar, 24 ounces, obviously including liquid inside. I don't know how many peppers are in there. This jar was on sale for $2.99. So this one I don't quite remember, but I think it was like maybe $2.19 potentially. So if you don't want to go through the hassle of making your own roasted bell peppers, it might actually be just cheaper buying it already made. However, let's see the taste test. Like, is it actually better if you make it yourself? Probably would also depend on the quality of the peppers that you got. Like, I'm sure if you got some farmer's market in-season bell pepper, those would taste even more amazing. Jarred peppers have a weird briny flavor. Interesting. All right. Smells pretty good. I'm doing this as if you can smell it too. Smells pretty good. Oh God. Oh, okay. I think I just kind of twisted my thumb on that, so I usually take a rubber band, a thick one, and I put it around the lid. Might take a little bit of finagle just to give you a little more friction grip. Okay, this one smells a little more off. This one has a slightly more like chemically plasticky smell. I'm definitely way more attracted to this one in terms of immediate smell. But obviously this one smells the sweetest and freshest. So let's wipe some of that black stuff off. Which one should we start with, guys? Which one do you want me to taste first? All right, Christina gave me a breakdown, so we're gonna go with it. Pimientos, roasted, homemade. Heard, chef. Pimientos first. I'm going to be cutting them with a spoon because they're soft enough to be cut with a spoon. So here it is. I'm gonna drink a little bit of that juice. It has some seeds in it. No, not great. It has a very interesting aftertaste that washes over your entire tongue like a beach wave of slightly sunburnt plastic. Okay, a little bit pickly, a little bit like sour. Texture is nice, very fleshy, juicy, fleshy, very fruity texture. It's a texture that's fruity. The flavor is not my favorite. Gonna try a little bit more. Yeah, it tastes like a red bell pepper that was never sweet to begin with. Very disappointed in that one. Sad. Trisha, you're not gonna die. You'll probably just poop out that cherry pit. Thank the Lord's cherry pits aren't sharp or jaggy. Ooh, this one took much less effort to cut through with a spoon. Ooh, that is briny. What? That is like straight vinegar. Citric acid, calcium chloride. This one has citric acid too, but I guess more in this one. Wow. No. Oh man. This one tastes like pickles. No. That's so wrong. Okay, what if we put pimentos and this weirdly pickled one together in one bite? Will it even out each other, you think? Bye, Eliza. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Yeah, I didn't find any in oil, unfortunately. Okay, we're gonna try our homemade one because I've tortured myself enough. This is so much sweeter. John, I'm on the East Coast of New York and it is 10:40 p.m. I mean, these aren't ecstatically good, but they also don't have any salt. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt because these two, I just dropped it. Whatever, I'm just gonna rinse it. My floors were mopped yesterday. So, these two both have salt in them. I think it's only fair if I gave mine a little. Homemade wins, hands down. The smokiness is there. The texture is nice and fruity and fleshy. There's not like citric acid bogging it down. So, wow. Yikes. I really shouldn't have bought such a big jar, huh? It's so pickled. Yeah. These can't be eaten on its own. And this is product of Peru. Interesting. What is this the product of? Product of Spain. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Okay, some of you are telling me to rinse off this briny one, which I will do. Because you guys have never led me astray. It's still pretty sour, but I guess it is better. Alright, I'm glad we tried all three, and now I know. I don't really hate the pimientos as much, and yes, somebody pointed out that Goya is problematic. Yes, I know. They also have a monopoly on a lot of products in my stores. These have such a bitter aftertaste. Man, really bummed. Really bummed about that. Damn. Alright, now I'm gonna make my potatoes, I guess. For those of you who are still sticking around, impressive. I'm going to put some water up to a boil so we can dilute the better than bouillon. And then I'm going to peel my potatoes and carrots. And I think for these, what I'm going to do is actually saute them in a little bit of oil. And maybe cumin. And sad to disappoint the Budget Eats folks, but I will not be toasting these potato skins. So 3 russet potatoes, about a pound after you peel them. Then I'm going to prep a lot of my carrots so that we can eat them throughout the week. without having to peel them every time. It's pretty boring stuff. Bye, Limas. Goya is problematic because last year, especially I think during the Black Lives Matter height of protests, they came out in support of Trump. There was a mass social media, I guess, grassroots campaign to cancel Goya. And that just happened to be the time when I just finished and just published a chickpeas video, like 19 different recipes using chickpeas. And I happened to only use Goya because that was literally the only brand of chickpeas canned that was available in my area. And who could have foreseen this news coming out so timed so well with the release of that video. Needless to say, we got a lot of hate on that video because people assumed that we were supporting Goya, but that video was unfortunately shot and edited probably a month in advance of Goya coming out in support of Trump, so. And guys, it's not to say that, like, just because you don't publicly know what politicians, corporations support, that they're all, like, good, because there's a lot of slush money and dark money that goes around. Companies that support politicians, that support policies that hurt people, don't often make it publicly known. Goya just happened to make it publicly known. So, as we have said, there is really no ethical consumption under capitalism. Our government is pretty much funded by a lot of companies that expect goods in return for their financial contributions, and that's how our systems run. So, yeah, you can cancel Goya if you want, but maybe research a little bit of all the other companies that your life depends on from day to day and figure out if they're actually supporting all the politicians that you hate too, because they probably are, honestly. If they're a big corporation, they're probably doing something shady to make it that big. I like to subscribe to this newsletter called Popular Information, Popular Info. I think their handle on Instagram is popular.info. And they do a lot of investigatory journalism about exactly what goes on behind the scenes. Like, even if you have a corporation that comes out in support of gay rights or voting rights, and they're doing social media campaigns that are like, rock the vote, get out the vote, they are also behind the scenes supporting politicians who are voting into effect voter suppression laws. So just be very careful about mistaking public perception for actual intention and actual action. There's just a lot of things that you don't get to see. Del, welcome back. This is not going to be potato salad. This is going to be like a mashed potato of sorts. Okay, better than bouillon. Dissolve 1 teaspoon to 8 ounces of boiling water. I have a feeling I want 2 teaspoons or 2 cups of water. But it also is very salty. There is 60% of sodium in the 2 teaspoons. That's what that looks like. Should we put some fennel seeds in here? Fennel? Cumin? Fennel and cumin. Maybe some paprika too. Getting really complicated. Ooh, one of my favorite songs just came on. We are now on. This song is called Sink Into the Floor, and the band name is Feng Suave. Feng space Suave. Sink Into the Floor. Love the song. Quarter teaspoon fennel seed, 1 teaspoon cumin seed. Where's my notepad? feeling 2 potatoes might be enough. Oh, dang. I think I got some water in my piments. I'm just gonna boil my other potatoes that I don't think I need anymore. It's not even that I would get demonetized, guys. It's that they would pull my whole video down. Honestly, if it's just a matter of me getting demonetized, I would play the music out because it's not a lot of ad money, but I think they will actually just like pull down my whole video if I offend the copyright lords. Teaspoon of salt. Sorry, half a teaspoon of salt because that stock is going to be hella salty. And then half a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm just gonna wait for the scallions to get a little bit roasty toasty. I do wonder what the seeds of these bell peppers taste like now. I wonder if they taste good. Do you guys eat the seeds of the bell peppers after you roast them? Not bitter. No. If you keep chewing on them, they taste kind of nutty, actually. Not a whole lot of flavor. It's just mostly the juices from the bell pepper. The current song It's called Troublemaker by Herizen, Herizen. Slowly the potatoes will become kind of translucent and the scallions will start to like wither away and lose volume and just look like deflated herbs. That's looking pretty good. Then I'm just gonna add in my chicken broth. Once a little bit more of that fond develops on the bottom of the pot, you can't really see because my lighting is shit, but a little bit of golden burntness on the bottom. I'm gonna set a timer for 3 minutes. We'll check back. Okay, I'm gonna put my red bell peppers away. Let's see how much we yielded out of 3 bell peppers. And I'm just using my knife to kind of flake away the remaining black bits and also the seeds. Just scraping it against my board to get rid of it. So 1 bell pepper yielded roughly about 2.5 ounces. Wow. So it is definitely a better deal to buy it jarred, but it does not taste very good. So there you have it. That's the trade-off. The slightly bigger bell pepper yielded 3.2 ounces. So it's about 3 ounces per pepper, I think. It's a fair amount. Ooh, are you burning? Not yet, but almost. Oh yeah, nice little fond action happening here. It's a little bit darker now. A little bit of stickage, perfect. Golden stickage is flavor. going to scrape the bottom of the pot for a little bit of fond liftage. That looks pretty. Nice little soups. I'm just gonna scrape with my wooden spoon until the bottom of the pot feels smooth. It doesn't feel like any little tiny cumin seeds are getting in my way, getting stuck on the pot. Hi, Colomo. Yep, Rebecca, you hear those good old Queen's planes. All right, our final pepper is 3 ounces, so there you have it. Now this is up to a boil. I'm going to set a timer for 9 minutes. And I think I used like just a little bit over a cup of that chicken broth, maybe a cup and a quarter, which I feel like it might be a little too much. Could have probably just gone a little less. Oh man, I forgot to put the paprika in. Okay, I'll put it in later because I can't bloom it anymore in the oil. When did he come? Did you guys see him? What should we chat about, guys? I feel like I'm really boring right now. Because I'm so focused on doing my job on the weekend. If you want to do merch, you do merch. I'm not selling any merch. I'm not at that stage in my life yet where I want to sell merch. But you go ahead, girl. You have my blessing. You can give the other half to charity if you like. My nuts didn't come out of the oven. They're in there on the off. Parallel nexus. Cumin is good in a lot of stuff. Honestly, I put it in everything. I feel like if we can put black pepper in everything, why can't we put cumin in everything? Why is black pepper the only all-purpose spice that we have? It makes no sense to me. you'll never work a day in your life if you truly enjoy what you're doing. I mean, here's the thing. Who truly enjoys what they're doing 100% of the time? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. I love cooking so much, but you know, like when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, if I'm shooting budget eats and I'm working 8 hours of shoot, and then I'm working 2 hours of organizing the footage, and then I have to also do cleanup, and of course Erin helps with the cleanup, but there's like so much to the job that when you have to do so much of it all at once, you just get tired. There's fatigue. You may enjoy it, but there's still so much fatigue. And the fact that we're working under corporations right now means that we don't own our own products. We don't own our own labor. It goes off to somebody else. It becomes somebody else's property. So all of that makes me feel very iffy. Very dark roasted ones. Mmm. Oh no. That one was burnt. I gotta spit that out. Alright, let's try another one, because the first one I ate wasn't burnt. Nice. Yum. Okay. I don't have a lot of pre-ground black pepper. I only have 1 tin of McCormick's that I stole from the test kitchen because it was already like 4 years old. So I'm just using it. It is only spicy and not fragrant. It's a very flat spice if you buy it pre-ground. Ooh, this is a very fun song, guys. I am currently on a song called Health Food by Berhana. B-R-H-A-N-A. I love it. The songs are so fun. You looking for food, Fred? Are you looking for food, bud? So when they're properly toasted, you just squish them out of their skins and it should flake off. Sometimes they get a little bit stuck like this one, but the vast majority of them are pretty good. you're talking about merch, I'm not in support of merch because I don't need that income and I really don't want to create new stuff. So you're absolutely right. But you know, I can't limit what other folks want to do, and if it brings them true joy to make merch somehow, and they want to do it, and they want to give part of the proceeds to charity, you know, who am I to stop them? But I personally don't want merch made on my behalf. That's just me. So that's 9 minutes of cooking. Everything is pretty transparent. I feel like the potatoes are done-ish. But could probably go a little more. But what I'm gonna do now is actually, I'm gonna take my masher and I'm just gonna start mashing it. And this way I can cook it down to as liquid a mash as I want and just let the rest of this mixture evaporate. Jason, I don't want to be the next Asian Martha Stewart. That is counter everything I want to be. I don't want to be Martha Stewart. I just want to be trash girl. I want to be spleen queen. I want to be the poorest YouTuber that ever lived. And I'm already here. Congrats, I succeeded. Achievable goals, isn't that right? So very, very mashy. I definitely use way too much liquid. That is for sure. Cook 10 minutes. Mash. June, what would you do if Netflix offered me a show? It would depend on what the show was. I mean, I would love to do a show. Why not? That would be a cool job. Never done a show before with a network company, so. What do you think the show would be though? Like, what do you imagine a Netflix show with June to be? What do you think about hazelnuts? I hate musicals. Yoshi, that's a fun idea. Although I don't know if some of the less crafty folks would be able to accomplish, but that's fun though. Make your own merch, DIY merch. That's so fun. burning. LOL. So I took it off the heat. Mash is looking pretty sludgy, and the bottom was toasting. It's not burnt, it's not black, but it's a dark brown. Let me show you. And it'll be delicious, I think, once I let it soak in a little bit, and I can fold the rest of it in. I wish I wore a knee brace because it's park run. I'll be so damn cool. Alright, song of the moment is called Drive. It's by Charlotte Cardin. Cardin. Very smooth voice. Yeah, see, this is why I can't be Martha. Martha doesn't burn her mash. Martha has her shit together, except when she goes to jail. But then she still has her shit together, even in jail. I can't be that way. Dude, I would love to be BFFs with Snoop. Right. It is rustic. I just gotta know how to package myself, guys. I'm really bad at interviews. I'm really bad at like selling myself because I don't want to give false advertisement. But unfortunately, the world runs on false advertisement, which is why I don't really do well in this world. But that's okay. Because I'm just slowly finding the other people who don't do well with false advertisement and finding my people. That's really the hard part of life that nobody really tells you about, is you have to find your own people. They exist. You just gotta look for them. Am I right, Fred? So yes, it is kind of tedious to try to take the skins off of hazelnuts, but it could be fun if you're into it. Guys, can I tell you a secret that you can't tell anybody else? Nobody is responding. Maybe my chat just disappeared. I'm gonna film Budget Eats soon, and it's not a normal episode, and I was really, really bummed because I just remember that Aaron will be traveling that whole week, which means I don't have anybody to taste my food. So, like, if anybody wants to come eat my food and be on Budget Eats, come along. Honestly, do you think this will be a flop of an episode because Aaron won't be there and now it won't be the same? You know? I feel like it's gonna be a flop. kitchen and it's so cold in there.
How are things, everybody? Well, there are certainly some interesting smells going on in this kitchen.
Uh-huh. Such as?
How we doing, everybody? It's like...
I just told him that you won't be here for the next budget eats, and I asked him
Yeah.
if it's gonna be a flop.
I think I'm like 90% the reason why you're successful. That's pretty fair to say.
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah. Fred is the other 10%.
We're being ironic, guys.
I'm not. Yeah, it's like anise, it's like licorice, it's like...
Yes. And you hate anise.
I do. I had raki in Turkey, and it
What's
sucked.
rocky?
It's the anise thing.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you hated it?
I did hate it, yeah.
Oh, dang.
It's way too anisey. More like anus, right?
Oh my god,
It
stop.
sucks. Yeah, so this all smells awesome.
But you just said you hated it.
It's interesting. It's at least smells like something. It makes me feel
Here.
alive. What?
It's mashed potato.
These are just toasted hazelnuts.
Who I love this flavor. Mmm. Definitely could have used less liquid though.
Is there fennel in the mashed potatoes?
Yes.
Okay, well then I'm definitely not trying it.
It's so good.
It would be easy to be here and just say not enough spice and rate everything after. That's correct. June is having a friend over.
No, well,
Possibly.
maybe Samira. Now go to answer your question. I've met viewers in real life, but I've not met any self-proclaimed spleenies or viewers of the lives yet. I've met 3 viewers of Budget Eats in real life.
June's having a friend over, possibly to taste some of her next Budget Eats food, and I told her that you couldn't really do any worse than me. All I do is taste it, say not enough chili, and that's it.
That's a great idea. Somebody just told me to mash in the rest of the potato to make up for that sludgy consistency, and I think you're right, girl.
Were you saying something about dumplings tonight?
I'm not gonna make the dumplings tonight,
Okay.
but I will, because these are gonna be dumpling fillings.
Then I need to find something to...
You should find something to eat.
Yes.
What would I do without you guys giving me brilliant ideas all day long? Anyway, this is it for mainly the cooking portion. I'll stay on because I have to put away all my nuts and slowly eat all of them anyway. But thank you for tuning in and giving me ideas and watching me taste test different stuff. It's been fun. I love doing this.
Should I have some of Fred's food? You sound hungry too, June. I hear you.
I do have to put my nuts away, Jason. I have too many nuts around.
I hear your stomach growling over there too, June.
Oh, that was a fart.
Oh, of course it is.
I ate too many lentils today, guys. I've been tooting all night. I don't know if you caught any of them, but if you have, you got good ears.
We don't have any food, so I'm gonna starve to death.
You have bread, which you already ate. You
Yeah.
can have noodles, which you already ate. You can have apples and peanut butter, which you already ate.
I did.
You can have cheese.
No, you don't want me to eat that.
Eat the brie.
So the cheese, the brie.
Yeah. But warm it up a little bit.
Warm the brie.
Yeah, the brie doesn't taste good cold, man. It just don't. Eat my cheese.
Tour de Paris.
What?
Is that Tour of Paris or Tower of Paris?
I think it's tower.
How do you say tour in French?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was never good at French, even though I studied it for 7 years. I'm a failure.
No, you're
I'm a
good.
failure, you guys. Wow. This is so good, guys. I love mashed potato. Erin hates mashed potato, and I love mashed potato. Which just means that this budget eats, I'm gonna be cooking 100% for me.
Thank you for the cheese.
You're welcome for. You're just gonna have a whole bite of cheese. Are you gonna put hot sauce on the brie?
No. I'll just enjoy the brie.
Oh my god. I'm so satisfied just eating potatoes, guys. Potatoes for life. Are you gonna give Fred some?
He wouldn't eat it.
Yes, he
Oh,
would.
okay. He was gonna
He
go
loves
for a bite.
it.
Then no. Look at him just staring up at me.
You can ask Aaron where he gets his designer shirts, but I don't think he's gonna tell you his secrets.
The internet. I already told you. I answered this before.
Yes, Ruth? You highlighted me, but with no text, and I have no idea what you saying, girl.
Why do I hate mashed potatoes?
The
Because
texture.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people have textural issues with food. Do you have an OnlyFans page?
Soon.
Soon. How's the cheese?
I like it. It's free. What's to complain about?
You couldn't study. Go back and study.
June, have you seen Bo Burnham's new stand-up special? It's amazing.
No, I haven't.
Have you ever watched Bo Burnham?
Yeah.
Okay.
He really was he the guy in Promising Young Woman? He really fucked me up in that show.
I have many simps, Christina. There's tens of Aaron fans.
Are you pooping, Fred? The dumpling recipe is actually live on Delish if you want. That's my traditional dumpling recipe. It has pork and shrimp in it. There's all of our. These skins are pretty bitter. I need to put away my compost.
You can't eat the
What?
you can't eat the hazelnut skins.
You can. I'm sure you can. I'm sure some people even like flavored milks with that toasted skin. But did that satisfy you?
Sure.
Hi, Fredo. Are you waiting for a treat? Did you just poop? Did you have a good poop? Aaron,
Yeah.
give her boy a treat.
You. I'm busy.
Are you scooping his poop?
There's no proof.
Oh, you didn't poop, Fred. Bye, Dal. do. Hey. Hey. Oh, what a dingus. There you go. That's it, bud. Aaron says you're getting fat. Alright guys, maybe tomorrow we make dumplings with this filling. In the meantime, I'm gonna continue to put away my nuts and have a great night. Thank you for sticking with me for 2 hours. Amazing. Let's hope tomorrow's less rainy and maybe I'll actually get outside time. But Fred, would you like to say goodnight? You want some almonds? No almonds. Just smelling the greenies on my thumb. Say goodnight, Fred. Still looking for food like the hungry boy he is.